Hi and welcome to this Fusion 360 tutorial. Today we're going to look at the thread feature in Fusion. If you require the final model, please check the link in the description below, and let's jump into Fusion. What we're going to do now is create a thread. So if we go to create, and thread is located next to the hole, so we click on that. We then have a few options. So first of all, it's asking what face you want to select. So I'm going to click this face here. We then have the option of modelled, okay, and then we can untick that and it'll do what's called a cosmetic thread, okay. We'd also have the option of full length, so that's ticked at the moment. That means it's going from the top to the bottom. We can then go into here, and as you can see, we've got a massive range of different options in terms of types of thread. So you can choose the option that you would want. And then we've got the size. Now, depending on the size it's been drawn, it will match that to the closest, okay, thread size. So it's suggesting that that is a 10mm in diameter circle, okay, so it's choosing 10. You do have the option, so if you've sketched it the wrong size, you want to change it, you can change it in here, and it will automatically update, as you can see on there. But then within the M10, gives you here, okay, a range of different pitches for your thread that you're going to choose, okay. Then sometimes it might even give you a bit of a class depending on the options that you've chosen above. And then finally here we've got the option of right-handed or left-handed, which depends on what you're obviously designing, okay. And then what you've got here as well is remember, so that will actually remember the size. So for example, if you're adding this to a number of different holes, okay, or features within your design, rather than going through this each time, it will remember the option that you've selected. If you want to tick the full length, that will then give you a few more options in terms of size. So what we could do for here, for example, is start that at the top and then go down 10mm. You've also got other options here, which is an offset. So if we type in 2, okay, it's going to leave a 2mm gap from there and then go down 10mm. Okay, so you do have different options in here. I'm going to click OK. So what that creates is, looks like an image, okay, on that surface. So that's created what's called a cosmetic thread. If we go back in and right click, we then what's called a modelled thread and click OK. Now as you can see, it's actually physically modelled and removed the material from that surface and created a model thread. Now, if you're creating a design that's got one or two thread features, whether they're sort of external or internal, then that's fine to create a modelled thread. However, if you've got a design that might have, say, 20 or 30 different sizes and different features of threads, then what that can do, if you do lots of modelling like that, that can slow the part down in terms of saving it. It can cause Fusion to start thinking about some of the features when it has to regenerate those. So sometimes it is worth using a cosmetic thread. So right click and untick the modelled option. Also, when it comes to do your drawings and you're actually going to create, say, a drawing of this, I have found, for example, if you use cosmetic threads, it's far easier to do your drawings from that than you have in a modelled thread. Also, if you're going to, say, add joints, and say I created a nut and I wanted to join that to there, okay, using a joining, and we'll go through joining in a future tutorial, okay. Sometimes it's actually easier to not use a thread. All depends on how you're going to join it and how you want it to interact, okay. So if you're doing something like an as-built joint, okay, or a rigid joint, then having a modelled thread like that is fine. So it all depends on how you're going to use this and also how many you're going to have. So if I had, say, 30, okay, these in my design, I would not be using a modelled one like so. And again, you've got the same option when it comes to doing internal threads. So it's asking you again what surface you want to select. It is asking you what type. So we can go in here and type in the type. It is matching up the size to the size of the hole, and again you've got options if you wanted to change that in here. Okay, you've just got to bear in mind obviously the size of different features within your design. You've then got the different sort of pitch and the threads there, and then depending on what you've chosen above, it will give you a class, and then of course you could change whether it's a left-handed thread, okay, or right-handed thread. And then the last one, you can obviously click remember. Same again as the external one. If you untick this, it will give you an option of how far down you would want to do that. So that's only going down 10 millimeters. And again, you've got the option if you wanted to create an offset. So it's offset from the surface or the start of that. So if we modeled that, for example, click OK. If we just come into section analysis, oops, not click that one there. I'm trying to get that plane, that's it. You can see what that's done is here it's created one that's got us all the way down, so it's modeled it so we can actually see that. And here in that option, okay, because we've got an offset, it's got an offset in 10 millimeters. If not, we can go full length and that will create an internal one like that. If you right click on this and you untick the modeled, what you'll find is it will not have modeled any of that, and it just creates that sort of image on the inside. And the same again, if you untick it on there, okay, it will not look like a threaded part there, okay. Obviously you could spin that around and look from the outside. So again, whether or not you add modeled or cosmetic threads depends on obviously what you want and how you're going to use those threaded features. Thanks for watching, and if you found this content helpful, please click like and subscribe, and also check out any other resources and videos created using the links in the description. I'll see you on the next one.